Hello and welcome back. Today we're doing another Moon Eagle Academy video, and this month the topic is going to be on dreams and dreaming. So one of the, most basic sort of mystical experiences many people have access to is the fact that they dream every night. Now, a lot of people don't remember their dreams. It can take some practice to develop that skill. But it is sort of an altered state of awareness that most people experience. Well, everyone experiences it, but not everyone remembers it. And there's been a lot of, both spiritual traditions focus on dreams, psychological traditions and schools of thought focus on dreams. And there's a lot of misconception about, dreaming. One of the first, metaphysical books I bought was a dream dictionary, like a dictionary of dream symbols, which was entertaining but not very useful because everyone's dream life is a little bit different. Symbology works different for different people, so say I see a red teddy bear in my dream and you see a red teddy bear in your dream, they could mean very different things to both of us. In fact, they probably will. So context is really important. I would say, in my experience, as far as, there's prophetic dreams. I think that's most of what people's focus is on dreams, is like using them to predict what's going to happen or have forewarning of something. And I've experienced that in my life. Not as much as you'd think, considering what I do. But I do recall when I was in school actually dreaming up what the test questions were going to be, because it was an essay test, and studying for those questions. Not just those questions, because I did study all the material, but I made sure that I thought about those particular ones, and sure enough, those questions were on the test. And my study group thanked me for that. But a lot of times what I find dreams are useful for is they show you what's going on behind the scenes of your life, or things that you have picked up on subconsciously but have not quite filtered up to the surface. So another example is I remember a series of dreams where a particular person in my life was showing up, and they were not painted in the best light. They were doing things behind the scenes. They were being very tricky. And at this time in my life, I had some friction with this person, but I was not fully aware of their duplicity. But my subconscious was picking up on their vibe, if you want to say it that way. So I find it useful to see what's actually going on right now, more so than predicting the future. It's more accurate at getting sort of the weather report of what's going on outside right now in your life. I've also had lucid dreams, and I've had where I'm aware that I'm dreaming, and I've had encounters in those moments of lucidity, because I find it hard to hold on to that. But lucid dreaming allows us to have experiences that we might not have access to in our waking life. But we can learn to shape. We can practice things with a lucid dream, which will carry over actually into our waking life. Those skills that we practice on that mental wavelength, we do improve with them. So, we can see dreams as a rehearsal. But one of the interesting things that I've had is that when I was very young, when I was 4 years old, we got our first pet, which was a cat, and we kept him for 20 years until he was just really ready to go. Had probably been ready to go for a long time. But after, he passed away, or rather, we had to put him to sleep, he would come every so many months in my dreams and visit me. And it was clearly him. And to this day, it'll be about every 6 months or so. So usually about twice a year, I'll have him in a dream. And it's just a visit. It's just a contact. Um, I have also had that happen with family members that have passed on as well. And so, or, friends that have passed away too, I've seen them in dreams. And so the dream realm can act as sort of, I guess a vestibule of the spirit where different realms cross. And so it's really useful for connecting you with other realms as well. But sometimes a dream is just a dream. It's just, you fell asleep listening to, you know, a song and it appears in your dream, or you watched a movie not too long before bed and you dream some of the plot of that movie into your dream. It doesn't always have a deep meaning. And so I like the idea of having different categories of dreams, where we have big dreams, which are like big, not necessarily what the subject matter is, but the impact of it on ourselves, where we might be receiving messages. And that can be from our subconscious. It can be from other spiritual beings, people who have passed on. But it can also be another version of ourselves. So one of the interesting things about the dream world is that it touches the different shamanic worlds. And so in shamanism, we have a rough division of, 3 levels, 3 worlds. And there's many realms within those worlds. The lower world is the place of plant spirits, animal spirits, stone spirits, spirits of bodies of water, spirits of place. And so it has that aspect. The middle world, which is, we live in one of the middle worlds, is this one. You're sitting in a middle world right now if you're watching this. And then there's the upper world, the place of guides, ascended masters, angelic forces, non-terrestrial intelligences, deity forms, those beneficent ancestors. I don't know I can't remember if I mentioned those. But you have those 3 realms. And the interesting thing is that the dream realm can bridge the gap between all of those 3 realms. And so it's very useful as sort of a bridge state for different beings to communicate. But here's the thing. We're not just in one universe. There's also parallel universes. And there are parallel yous living similar lives, although depending on how far away that parallel universe is, it could be very different. You could have very different experiences. Now, all of those yous in those different universes originate from one soul, but each of them have their own spirit that animates the body and brings that, I guess you could think of it, that strand of soul that connects back to the collective experience of the soul over its many universes, its many lives and timelines. In the dream realm, we can touch some of those other dimensions and those other parallel universes. And so sometimes what we'll be dreaming about will have to do with a parallel self. And sometimes it's a way for, the soul to communicate ideas across various parallel dimensions. So there's a lot that dreams can do. There's a lot, but a lot of it has to do with communication. A lot of it has to do with reorienting ourselves, see what's going on around us on a deeper, sort of a peek under the hood of our conscious self. And so it's a really good idea to keep a dream journal, and so you can see trends and patterns. Not necessarily like interpreting dreams, although sometimes that can be done. And I've had people who have told me a dream, and I just know what it means. Not always. Sometimes it just comes to you. And if you're in a lucid dream, sometimes you can ask the other dream characters, what does this mean? And sometimes you can get some really interesting information that way as well. But lucid dreaming is a skill that only appears for me occasionally. So some people are really good at lucid dreaming and dream walking in general, where they can, move into different levels and worlds. All of this is, some people are more suited it than others, but we all sort of have that ability to get in touch with our dreams and to mine them for, deep personal meaning or connection or closure. If you, dream of a departed loved one, they may have a message for you. Or you might just get to see your beloved pet every so often that you've had and that you miss. So let me know if there's other things you want to know about in the comments down below. And if there's something I didn't cover about dreams that you want to know, let me know as well, and I might do a part 2 for this video. And until next time, peace and blessings. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you want to help support the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you'd like to support my work, there are links to my website down below where you can book sessions with me or simply leave a PayPal donation. You can also join my Patreon community for extra perks like weekly prayer ceremonies and monthly group healing events. If you can't afford to do that, you can always just show your support by simply liking the video, leaving a comment, and sharing it on social media. Until next time, peace and blessings.